2016 was a year that became a bit of a frustration point for opening months when, in the midst of everything that was going on over the previous years, I was still receiving lots of fan mail and even recognized throughout my hometown for writing the original sets of the Dragon's Bane stories, as well as even getting compliments and even at some points as well too, ironically enough, to a point where if I were to call in and report a car accident to 911, as soon as I would mention my name, dispatch would ask if I'm currently working on any new projects before informing me that help was going to be on the way for the scene. But with all the recognition and things along those lines coming in to me in droves as much as it was, the flip side of the coin was I was also receiving still a number of rejection letters from agencies and agents and things along those lines. So it was a catch-22 that just had become a point of frustration and also confusion too. Everything changed though when my wife came home one day and surprised me with tickets for an evening with Kevin Smith, a film director of whom I had admired ever since the days of seeing Clerks in the opening night. And understandably, I was beyond the point of excited and about as giddy as you could ever get. So naturally, the event itself was a closed event. No photography, no video recording, things to that effect. But in the midst of all the laughter and everything else in between, what came to be one of the most prolific turning points, at least for myself, was in the last half hour of the show itself, when Smith sat down and walked everybody through the writing process on how he was able to get his first film out and available from the ground up. And as soon as he started doing that, much to the chagrin of the table mates around me, I started snagging and stealing the napkins from them and just eagerly took notes from the third row of the stage, listening intently as if it were a class lecture and walking away not only rejuvenated with what I had accomplished so far, but also deeply inspired, knowing without a shadow of a doubt exactly what my next steps in life were going to be. Not even 24 hours after the show, I did some heavy thinking and realized that in order for me to have a better platform, one of the best ways of doing it would be to go ahead and return back to school. And since initially the first go around I had run out of the means of covering myself to get my degree in the first place, this was my version of the inveritable midlife crisis. So instead of looking for the college student and turning in the car for a sports car, I opted to go for the degree. And what better place for myself than Full Sail University, a school designed for the entertainment industry, and myself being a writer. So naturally, I bit the bullet, I took the risk, and I turned in the submission and applications and all the paperwork that was required, and then waited. A week later, a letter in the mail informed me that my life was about to change in only a few months' time.